Welcome. I wanted to do something a little different with you guys today. Design is all about solving problems and finding different ways to do cool things. We're going to take an existing website, we're going to look at their UX and UI decisions, and we're going to try to do something a little better ourselves. Welcome to UserAndI, the channel where I explore all things UX and UI design. The part we're going to be reviewing today is Next's navigation bar. So first thing that comes to mind is that what they wanted to do is they wanted this element to stand out and they wanted this element to stand out. Now my immediate problems are, typically a user will scan the page from top to bottom and left to right. That's called the F pattern or the E pattern. I'll drop a link in the description below in case you want to find out a little bit more about that. Now the reason why I focused on winter shop and clearance, these areas are most likely going to contain a sale, but I think the distance between them maybe causes the user a bit of a problem. I think we can do something better. So what we're going to do, we're going to recreate what Next have below. We're going to start with a text field. We're not going to worry about the font in this. We just want to replicate. Hilarious. We are going to worry about the font. We are also going to, we just want to replicate what's going on here. So they have women. We're going to make this into a component to make it easier to work with. We're going to call that navigation. And what I'm going to do is add an auto layout to that. I'm going to add some padding on either side. Oh, that's margin. I'm going to add some padding on either side. And I'm going to add some padding to the top as well. Well, let's make that a bit smaller because Next don't have theirs like that. We'll stick to 10. 10 works. We're also going to make these bold as well because that's always on their website. Then of course we're going to give that a background color of black. And we're going to call this text color white. Okay. So I'm going to take a copy of that. I'm going to duplicate that, drag it to the side, make a group. I'm going to give that an auto layout. We're going to change the margin to 0. Okay, I'm happy with that. So here's what they have in effect. They have one of the buttons that's supposed to stand out in the middle, near the middle, and they have the other one far right. What I think would be a little better is if we grouped these to the far left. So that means as a user, you look from left to right, unless in certain places, but typically you're moving from left to the right. That keeps the user's eyes in one place as they scan across. What do you guys think in the comments below? Do you think this change is necessary? Do you think it works better? The whole point is to not have the user's eyes scanning all the way across for areas that they can get a quick sale. A second option they could have had, which I touched on in one of my last videos, is they could have used margin as a way to communicate relationship. So they could have simply if I set that fill to black, if they had simply increased the margin a bit, and let's add a divider. And we'll change the height on that. And what we'll do, we'll change that to there. That would have also worked well in order to drive the user's eyes to where the sale options are, or where the bits or the parts of the navigation that you want users to pay attention to. I personally prefer them to the far left instead of the user's eyes darting from the center of the screen all the way to the right side of the screen. Yes, the color does take the eyes to those areas immediately, but on this side I feel your eyes do less work in order to get to the sale, and out of the two of these options, I do prefer this. Very much so, just because it shows a bit more of a division. These are the areas that you want users to focus on at this time, and the rest of these areas are your typical categories. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next episode.